Good morning. Good morning. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and this is Millionaire Mentorship Call number 319. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being on the call, for being on Facebook Live, for being a part of what we're doing, because believe me, I could not do what I do if you did not do what you do. So thank you so much for joining us. And while you're listening to the broadcast today, please like it. Please share it with other, your friends and people on your circle of influence, and make a comment. We'd really love get some feedback from, just how you felt about the broadcast, how you felt about the ideas, and any comments you want to make that may impact and help other people. Our topic for today is, are you listening to the wrong people? I'll say that again. Are you listening to the wrong people? And that is a powerful thought, folks. I have a nice quote that I love, and it says, listen to the right people and ignore the wrong people that doubt you and hate you and judge you, because they are never worth your time or attention. So let me tell you something. That's critical. Who you listen to is let's just say it gives you a great indication of where you're going in your life and what's going to happen. At this point of the year, I think many of us are analyzing where we are in our lives. And we always get to that question of, why we are doing what we're doing, why we are where we are in our lives, why we're feeling what we're feeling, and literally, why are we experiencing the things that we are experiencing in our lives right now? That's the question. And I think we all ask that question on a daily basis. What is going on in my life? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I at this point in my life? And basically, there are 4 reasons that really determine where we are and what we're doing. Number 1 is your thoughts. Your thoughts are the blueprint for your life. And so whatever you're thinking, you get. Earl Nightingale said, you become what you think about most of the time. And then your emotions, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the world, how you feel about your possibilities for success. Sometimes you can talk in the path, talk success, but walk in the grass when you feel like a failure. The third key is your habits. Your habits can either uplift you or undermine you. And the fourth key is your associations. Who do you hang out with? Who do you permit? And the operative word is permit. Who do you permit to come into your life to interact with you? And so when we talk about who we listen to is critical, because if we listen to the wrong people, it can have a profound impact on our lives. So we're going to talk about, number 1, listening to the wrong people, the impact it can have on your life, and then finally, how to stop doing it, how to listen to the people that can help you, that can lift you up, that are predictive about what your life is going to be like. So let's think about this. Look at the word listen. In the dictionary, it says that to listen means to give your attention to. To give your attention to so that you can hear. We often think of what's the difference between listening and hearing. And I think back, I'm sure most of us have been on an airplane. And there's that time before the plane takes off, and the stewardess or the steward gives you a whole message about, it tells you that, if there's a problem with the airplane, to follow the emergency lights, and if the oxygen is a problem, then your mask will drop down, and to put it on yourself first. And you listen, but it doesn't really register. But when you're at 35,000 feet and the plane is experiencing a bumpy ride, And when that same stewardess or steward gives you the same words, now you hear them. So the difference between listening and hearing is you listen to pay your attention to, but what you hear, you act on. So whatever you hear is a message. And behind each message is a thought. And each thought is a seed for your reality. In other words, each thought is a seed that grows in your consciousness. And whatever grows in your consciousness, you experience in your life. And so when you listen to the wrong people now, you're permitting messages to come into your mind, into your life experience, that can take root, that can become seeds in your consciousness, that can then generally manifest in your life. So one of the keys that you're listening to the wrong people is that the things you want to be, do, and have are just not happening. That the goals you set for yourself are not manifesting and not coming about. We are where we are because of the messages we permit to come in to our lives. That's a powerful phrase, folks. And the operative word is permit. The messages we permit to come in to our lives. And so if we're happy with our life right now, then what are the messages that we're letting come in? What are the messages that are coming in? Maybe we're receiving messages of success, that we can be what we want to be, do what we want to do, and have whatever we want to have. Maybe we're receiving messages of love, that we feel good about ourselves, that we feel good about the other people around us. We feel good about our relationships. We look forward to tomorrow. We have messages of power, confidence that we're able to do whatever we need to do to get whatever we want, to become the person we want to be. And so for all of our listeners, if your life is going really great right now, pay attention to the good things that are happening. Pay attention to the good people that you're listening to and accepting their message into your consciousness. On the other hand, if things are not going the way you want them to, on the other hand, if you're just not happy about what's happening in your life, then look at the messages now that you're permitting to come into your life, and look at where these messages are coming from. So if you're not happy in your life right now, maybe you're accepting a message of failure, that you can't do it, that it's not for you, that no one has done it before. If you're not happy in your life, maybe you're accepting a message of fear, that nothing ever goes right, that even though you're in a bad situation, it's going to get worse. If you're not happy right now, maybe you're accepting messages of insecurity and lack of confidence. Messages that say you don't have what it takes. So many of us are entrepreneurs. We go into a business and we let other people talk us out of it. We let messages come from other people that undermine our possibilities for success. So knowing this, knowing that if your life is not going the way you are right now, and we are social beings, that one of the key things is to look at the people we are permitting to come into our lives and look at the messages we are permitting them to say to us. So one of the first things that we have to look at is, are the people you are listening to qualified to deliver that particular message? I want to qualify that statement because, you know, it's great to listen to a brain surgeon if you're a brain surgeon in the operating room and somebody's life is in your hands. It may not be that great to listen to a brain surgeon if you have a flat tire on a dark road on a lonely night. And so the people you listen to, you have to qualify them based on two things, based on where you're going and what you're about, and based on what they're about. So if you're going to listen to somebody who's been where you want to go. Don't take investment advice from somebody who's broke. Don't take relationship advice from somebody who's not happy. Don't take success advice from a failure. And so the number one key thing to recognize as we use the power of relationships to change our lives is that if a person is not qualified, then why do you listen to them? Many times it's because there's some kind of relationship. You know, you can't choose your family. You can choose your friends. And so many times there are relationships that already exist that cause you to listen. So many of us are entrepreneurs, and when you come home excited about a new business opportunity, about new things that can happen, that new potential, that this might be the answer to all of your issues. It might provide the money, it might provide the information. And when you come home and tell a family member, very often they will be negative. They will poo-poo your idea. It's okay. You see, when family members poo-poo your idea, when your friends, when the people close to you are negative about the things you want to be, do, and have, ask that question first: are they qualified to make such a statement? And then number two, is the only reason you're listening is because of their relationship. It's very hard to tell your mom, I don't want to hear what you're saying. So with friends and family, you may have to be diplomatic, but the key is to recognize who they are, what they are, and then respond accordingly. Sometimes you accept what another person is saying. You listen to a person based on a special relationship, a spousal relationship, a lover, a companion, somebody that you have a relationship with, that you're emotionally connected to. And so when they're negative, it hurts. But recognize that their negativity has nothing to do with your possibilities. Let me say that again. That the negativity of another person, even if you love them, even if they're family members, it has nothing to do with your possibilities. Recognize that sometimes their negativity is a result of their own emotional situation. So many of the people closest to you can't see what you see. Think about this. The Wright brothers were bicycle mechanics. And think about when they told their friends and family about being able to fly, and all their friends and family could see was the bicycle, the wheels, the ground. Do you think they were receptive? Probably not. And so in our lives, when you have a vision for yourself and you share that vision with other people, even though you may love them, even though you may care about them, they cannot see what you see. And as a result, they can't respond in a way that's consistent with what you see. And so it's important that you recognize that they can only see, and I'm going to give some bad grammar, they can only see what you be. They can only see what you are. They can only see you in the light of their consciousness. They can't see you from your eyes of the person you want to be, from your frame of reference. And so when you are listening to other people, especially those close to you and family, when you recognize that they can only see what they can see, then that's when you diplomatically say, that's not for me. You know, when you tune people out, you don't have to do it maliciously. But it's often good to do it tactfully. Sometimes you can create more damage tuning somebody out in a untactful manner than just to listen to them and just disregard it. Many times people give you negative feedback because they can't do what you're trying to do. A person who has failed at everything, they've tried Amway, this way, that way, any other way, and they've never been successful. They would fail at a business that gave away dollar bills for 50 cents. And you come to them to give advice, to tell them about your vision now of changing your life and changing your family circumstances. And they haven't been able to do it. They have no frame of reference to see you able to do it. See, people can only see you from where they are. If you're sitting on the porch and the trees are in front of your house, you may not be able to see the mountain down the road. So recognizing this, you have to be very discriminating about who you listen to, because the people who speak to you have different motives. Their motive may be fear. Their motive may be that they can't see what you see. Sometimes it's even jealousy. Believe it or not, folks, there are folks who are jealous of you, that when you come and share your good ideas with them, they're jealous because they don't have any ideas of their own. One of the interesting things I find about dream snatchers, about people who steal other people's dreams, is that they will steal your dream and still do nothing with it. At least if you steal my idea, take it and make it into something. But there are people who will steal your ideas, steal your dreams, and just trample them underfoot, do nothing with it. And so you have to recognize on your success journey that these people may love you, but you can't take them with you where you want to go. So the question arises then, how do you attract the right people into your life? How do you attract the people that can, how do you find the people that can help you, that can lift you up, that can be a guide, that can be a mentor, that can be a coach? I'm always reminded of a phrase is, don't take a coach who's never played the game. Don't take flying lessons from someone who's never flown a plane. And so there are two things that can help you find the right people to listen to. Number one, you have to attract them. And number two, you have to seek them. Now the two go together, because what you attract is what you seek. There's a phrase that says that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, it's an important point that sometimes the teacher appears and the student is not ready. And so when you begin to look for people to listen to, job number one is to work on your insides, so that now your thoughts, your feelings, your habits will attract those people into your space. If you attract the right people, if the right people come into your life and you're not ready, many times, and I know that you all have experienced it many times, the teacher will come into your life, into your space, the person who can make the big difference in your life, and you run them away by not listening to them. One of my teachers used to say, we're all in the business of helping people achieve their greatness. He said that life is like being on this huge boat traveling down the river of success, helping people become successful who desire to become successful. He said one thing you never do is you never take your boat over to the shore to help the people on the shore who say they want to be successful. He says you help the people who will swim out to the ship. Because that level of desire is necessary to create the vibration between you and your goals, to attract the people who can help you, the people you need to listen to. There are times when you will even encounter the right people, but you are not yet together inside. So rather than paying attention and being humble and submitting yourself so that you can learn. So rather than approaching them and saying, hey, I'm open and receptive to what I need to know to go where I want to go, and you have what I need. Instead of doing that, you'll be looking to validate what you already know, how smart you are. So when a person says, you know, this is the best way to do that, instead of saying yes and taking notes, you'll say, oh yeah, I thought about that. I tried that before. You know, sometimes you do lectures and there are people who, I call them amen people. There's one group of the class that's taking notes to change their lives, and there's another group in the class that are giving you, yep, that's right. And one of the things I find that the people that truly know what I'm trying to share, they don't need to validate it because they know it. And so this is another one of those ways of rejecting the people that you need to listen to. So we have to develop that humble spirit, that openness, that receptiveness to bring the people into our lives who can help us. It's always an inside job, folks, that you attract the right people to listen to by being open and receptive, by suppressing your own ego, by managing your own ego, by managing your desire to be right and replacing it with a desire to learn and to be great. Don't let your need to be right undermine your possibilities to be great. So, what does it take? When you meet the right person, sometimes, and you feel unworthy, then you'll run them away. In relationships, the person who can be that person that completes your everything, you can run them away because you're focused on past hurts, past failures, past discontent. And so to attract the right people in your life, you have to overcome that need sometimes to validate who you are that undermines the potential for who you can become. So when that person comes into your life who has what you need, you can discard them by seeking the imperfections. Well, I know he's made a lot of money. I know she's very successful, but I bet her kids are messed up. When you seek to be, I guess the word is so protective of who you are, with that watch out mentality, then you miss out on your possibilities for elevation and for success. And so you attract the right people into your life based on 4 things. Number 1, you have to take responsibility. Folks, if you don't take responsibility for that which you're seeking, for the outcomes that you desire, it will not happen. When you take responsibility, there's a mindset that takes place. When you say, if it's to be, it's up to me. So you are always working on you. I did an interview recently with Stedman Graham, and I recommend that many of you check out our podcast, The Millionaire Mentorship Show. And I asked him what was his golden nugget to share with people. And he said the golden nugget is to be you, to be yourself, to figure out who you really are. Because once you're comfortable with yourself, we call it self with self, then you create a vibration that attracts all the other people, all the other things into your life. And so by taking responsibility for your outcomes, by identifying that self with self so that you're happy with you, is step 1. Step 2, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the things that you're seeking, the things that you want to be, do, and have. You see, what happens when people tell us negative things, it creates a harmonic. We say, don't listen to negative people. They can undermine you. But There's always something inside of you. For example, if you go into a new business and you have inside doubts as to whether you can do it, doubts as to whether it will work for you, you're excited, but there's that subconscious doubt. Then when a friend or a family member, somebody that you have any kind of relationship with, let's even go further. When you have a doubt within, you will even listen to a person you've never heard, never met. And that negativity harmonizes, vibrates with, and connects with the doubt that's inside you. And it undermines your dreams. And so if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in the things that you're attempting to do, the person you're attempting to be, the great goals that you want to achieve in your life, if you don't believe, then you'll radiate a sense of doubt that will attract people who will say things that confirm that doubt and undermine your dreams. So believe in yourself, have total faith that you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have whatever you want to have. The third key to attracting the people into your life that can help you is to act on your belief. As they say, faith without works is dead. Belief without action is dead. When you act on your belief, you create a harmonic. When you act with total commitment between you and your goals, you create a vibration that radiates. You see, the law of attraction works absolutely. It's just like the law of gravity. That when you believe in your goals, believe in yourself with absolute certainty, and you act on those beliefs, when you act on it on a daily basis, when you convert your wishbone to a backbone, and when you act consistently, you create a harmonic relationship between you and that which you're seeking that attracts the people who can give you the advice, the wisdom, the assistance, the money, give you whatever you need to take you wherever you want to go. And then the fourth key is to keep going and growing. There was a time when I used to say, don't quit. But the subconscious mind is totally impersonal. So just putting the idea out there of quitting, say don't quit, doesn't matter whether you say don't quit or do quit. Just the thought of quitting itself is a seed in your mind that will grow into your life experience. So the fourth key is to keep going and growing. I'll tell you something, folks. There are two things that I like to look at for people that I listen to. Number one, that they've been where I want to go, or they've achieved great success in their particular area so that I know they understand the principles. And number two, that they love me. See, love seeks love. Love seeks you. And so I do not believe that you can be in a productive relationship, business or otherwise, if the people don't love you. And when I say love, it's the generic love, not the physical love, but the love of respect. The love that says, do unto others as I will have them do unto me. The love that says, I won't eat so that you can eat. And so, folks, when you can take responsibility for your life and affairs, and for the things that you desire, when you can believe in yourself and believe in your ability and believe in the process with total faith that it's coming to you, when you can act on your beliefs on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, on a congruent basis, and when you keep going and growing, you will attract the people into your life that you need to listen to, who can empower you, who can inspire you, who can uplift you, who can help you, who can provide whatever you need to go wherever you want to go. When you can do these things, then you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have whatever you want to have, knowing always that the best is yet to come. My friends, thank you so much for being with us today. Please like this video. Please share this video with your friends. Please make comments. I'd love to know how this thought of who you're listening to has impacted your life. If you're listening to the wrong people, what are you doing to change it? If you're listening to the right people, what are you doing to enhance it? This is Dr. Herbert Harris saying thank you so much for being a part of the Millionaire Mentorship Call today. And tune in next Saturday for another message from me to you, that together we can change the world, always knowing that the best is yet to come.